Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group. So it's time now for us to get to some real estate information in the show. We're going to talk about today the 5 most expensive mistakes that you're probably making right now on your home that you currently live in right now. So we're not talking about buying and selling. We're talking about maintaining your own personal home today. Again, this can be your home. This can be an apartment. This can be a condo. This can be whatever you're living in, right?
Yeah.
These could be some mistakes that you're making. So we want to make sure that we talk about them with you today and give you this good real estate information. Again, we know homes cost a lot to maintain, right?
Yes,
we know, and I think it was even last week in the show we talked about one of the things that you have to remember is the maintenance on your homes, the utilities, all those things. Make sure that you're considering that when you're purchasing a home, because again, those are factors. So we're going to talk about today some expensive mistakes that are easily fixed.
Oh, yes.
That again, when we add all of this up on a yearly basis, and I've got it broke down, I'm going to give you these numbers in just a few minutes.
This is really amazing when you said it could save you $10,000.
It could save you up to $10,000. One of those items is a big purchase. We're going to cut that out at the end, actually. Yeah. And that way we can give you some real hard numbers that little minor fixes can take care of these things. So we're going to go with 5 of them today. We'll bounce back and forth. I'll start. You go on from there. Here is, I'm not going to say the number 1 mistake, okay? But this is the first one we're going to talk about.
Just the first one we're talking
about. No particular order here, okay? But here's a mistake. Here's a mistake that a lot of people are making on their home. And it's simple. They're using what we say is a traditional light bulb,
right?
The one that who's the light man? Who come up with all that power and all that stuff? You know,
one of them guys for the cat one.
Pretty smart guy, right?
Franklin.
So here we go.
Jefferson.
Here we go. I don't know who you're naming right now.
I know,
but here we go.
You're talking about.
Right? Traditional. You're using a traditional light bulb, okay? Here's what numbers tell us. Here's what, when we began to do this research, okay? Here's what our research told us. Over the lifetime of what we would say is just a traditional light bulb, okay?
Right.
Over its lifetime, that particular one bulb now, okay?
Right.
One bulb.
Right.
Over its lifetime uses approximately $180 worth of electricity, worth of power, okay?
One light bulb.
One light bulb.
Okay.
So it uses over its lifespan. I'm not talking about 3 days or a day, but over the whole entire lifespan.
Right, gotcha.
It uses approximately $180
okay.
of. Now the question is, how long do light bulbs last? Okay, that brings in a whole other thing.
Right.
But I'm just giving you numbers here today. But it used approximately $180 worth of.
Thomas Edison's.
Yes, I knew who it was. I was letting you guys have some fun here.
Sure. Whatever.
So here we go. It used approximately $180 worth of electricity. The new light bulbs that are out, right? The LED. Everything's went over to LED, supposed to be more energy efficient, so on and so forth. This report says an LED bulb over its lifetime uses only $30 per bulb. That's a $150 difference per bulb.
You're right.
That big. You could save by switching out. Now, I got the argument. The LEDs cost more.
They do cost more.
They do cost more. But when you're talking about $150 savings over the life of an LED bulb, that's a lot of savings. Now, let's play a game here.
Really
play the game with me. How many light bulbs are in your house? A lot. Okay? A lot of light bulbs, right, are in your house. If we just go easy math here and we said a light bulb will last me a year, okay?
Right.
If we changed out 10 a year, okay, 10 light bulbs a year in our house.
Okay.
Here's what it says. Those 10 bulbs, $150 difference in the bulbs and the electric you're going to pay.
I see dollars here.
$1,500.
$1,500?
That's a $1,500 savings on your power bill.
A year.
A year.
Hear this.
If you changed out 10 bulbs, that's $1,500 savings of what that light bulb would use over the life of that bulb.
That's pretty big.
Could you do anything with that money?
Yeah, $1,500 extra bucks. Yeah,
absolutely we could.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely we could. So again, we're talking today about the 5 most expensive mistakes
that people are making in their homes right now. Again, the light bulbs being a big one. Change your light bulbs from your regular old light bulb to the LEDs. You've got an average over the life of that light, $150 per bulb savings. That's pretty good.
That's really big.
That's pretty good.
That's really big. You wouldn't think about just light bulbs.
No.
Plus, those LED bulbs are like crazy bright.
Yes.
I have switched out the ones in my living room and the kitchen.
That's what we're being lit up
and you
with.
could
LED
land an airplane in there, buddy.
I'm
I mean, it
telling you,
is
man.
bright in
It's
there.
good stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you feel like you only need because I got the ceiling fan that's got
Right.
like 4 bulbs in it.
Yes.
I said, I believe we could get by just doing one.
Right.
You turn off 4 of them. You turn off 4 of them on, you go walk around like this.
You got to put your sunglasses on in the house, right? Just to walk around.
It's crazy. The
So
difference.
again, take a look in your own house. Take a look in changing things over to the LED bulb. The savings on the electricity alone are well worth, as you could see, the difference in the cost of the light bulb, right? Because it is going to cost you more to buy that bulb.
Oh, yeah.
But again, they last longer. But $150 per bulb, sign me up every day.
Absolutely.
What do you got for number 2?
Absolutely. All right, so number 2 is, we've talked about this before, I know, but I never realized it was...
Broke it down.
Never realized it was this big.
Right.
Okay?
Break it down.
So, a leaky faucet. Okay? A leaky faucet, it says 1 drop per second.
So it's dry. It's leaking.
Right, it's got a little drip.
Drip per second.
So, 1 drip per second can waste more than 3,000 gallons of water in a year. Okay?
That's a lot.
So that says that's enough to take more than 180 showers.
Wow. That's like a half a year of showers if you
That's
took
a lot
one every day,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. But so the 3,000 gallons of water can cost you $3,000 a year.
Yes, absolutely. That is true.
So if by fixing that leaky faucet,
Right.
you can save yourself, if it's dripping once a minute,
Right.
you can save $3,000.
Once a second.
I mean, once a second.
Once a second. Yeah.
Once a second, you can save yourself $3,000 a year.
The $1 million question
How
is,
many people have a leaky faucet?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's where I was going.
I had one until about a month ago.
How many?
And I finally fixed it, but it dripped for probably 2 months.
Think of that, though. Think of the money right there that, again, is just going away. And you don't
It was
see
just
that.
a little drip every once in a while, so I didn't really care about it.
Again, who sits around and thinks about these things? That
Right.
I could switch my light bulbs and save money here. I could fix that little drip that I've got. And I'm telling you, like, a lot of people got drips, you know. Nothing wrong
That's
with
what I'm
that.
saying. You think,
a lot of people
think
got
of the
drips.
spigots in your house, okay? I mean, your kitchen sink, your bathrooms.
Yeah.
If that toilet's running
Showers,
a little bit,
toilets,
the shower's got a
outside.
little drip. You think if you got 2 of them doing it.
Yeah, big time, man.
You just doubled your
Now
money
you're
right
talking
here.
about
You know
big
what I mean?
time. That's exactly right.
So that's big, though, if you just got one
Yes.
that drips once a second.
Yes, absolutely. So again,
$3,000 a year.
that's 2. We're talking about today 5 most expensive mistakes that the majority of people are making on their homes. And I can tell you, as we go out again, showing homes to people, do you see these things? Absolutely,
Right.
you do all the time. So a lot of us have them. Here's number 3. All right. And I had no idea this was one until again we started touring houses.
Right. Oh,
and
yeah.
then you see this. All
Right.
right. So here's the third one: using either the wrong size air filter. I'm talking about for your heating and air system.
Right,
All
you know,
right.
you got that
Central
little-
heating and air.
Where
Right.
your return's at.
Either using the wrong size filter. You'd be surprised how many wrong size
You'd be
filters are in
surprised
these
how many
places.
don't have a filter.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And then the second thing, using a dirty filter or no filter at all. All right? That is a very expensive mistake. Here's a couple things it does. One, if it's dirty or the wrong size, it puts more stress and strain on your system.
Right.
It makes it have to run more, do more to either cool or heat, whatever you're using it for.
Right.
Thus, uses more power, right?
Right.
So your power bill is going to, of course, be a little bit more by having both of those wrong. The second thing that it does, the life of your system literally just continually goes
Right.
down and down and down and down. What should last you for several years, you're cutting the lifespan of that system away.
Right.
And it's going to go kaplunk
Right.
a lot earlier than it should go, right?
Right.
But I mean, it's like amazing to me the not being clean, wrong sizes, and like you said, literally no filter in the system,
Right. Yeah.
In those systems at all. Big mistake. Depending upon the size of your unit, you're talking about a $5,000 mistake.
Right. If
At
not more.
least.
If not more, yeah.
That you could be making right there. Could you do anything with that money? That's the question
Absolutely.
today, right? 5 most expensive mistakes that are common to a lot of people that we see. This one here, I'm going to put high up on the list. If I were ranking these, this one would be a big one. No filter, dirty filter, or wrong size.
And let's talk more about these filters for just a minute. I am not a heating and cooling guy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what my heating and cooling guy told me. You check with yours to see what yours tells you.
Right.
But even buying those expensive filters that are thicker and supposed to, hold more. You're not supposed to change them as often. My guy told me that's one of the worst mistakes people make because they are thicker and it's just like a thin one being really dirty.
Really?
And it's causing that unit to have to work more. So it's going to burn the motor up faster.
I can see that.
Check with your guy to see if he agrees with what my guy said. But my guy said buy the cheapest ones.
Wow.
Change them every time you pay your bill.
That's pretty cool. That's good advice, right?
Yes.
And that's from a pro, right?
Right.
Remember,
not me. I'm not the pro.
I was going to say, we're sitting here today giving you our opinions. This isn't legal advice, financial advice. Talk to the proper people to do that. We're just kind of here giving you an opinion today.
That's what I was told.
But that's what you was told, right? So, hey, we know it. We're going to pass it along on to them. You got anything you got to say here, man?
No, I'm trying to keep up with all these comments over here. Dad just really caught me off guard because he said 30 hot dogs have been delivered to the front office.
Wow.
I think he's lying.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We're going to bring us a hot dog if he is. Yeah. All right, so here we go. So that was number 3.
Oh, and my number 4.
You're on number 4. This is a good one, too. I put this one high on the list.
Yes, okay.
High on the list.
So I've talked about this before, too, but not using a customized...
This is a mistake.
Not by customizing your temperature, yes. So your thermostat, okay?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, getting one of those smart thermostats. Just yesterday, I don't know if it's still going on today, but this Amazon Prime stuff's going on pretty big.
Big sale, right?
So all this smart stuff, okay? There's smart stuff going on like crazy,
Right.
but so a thermostat.
Right.
But just by, again, investing in a smart thermostat where it would, when you're going to work, it lets the temperature, during this time of year, it's going to get a little bit hotter in the house.
Sure.
And before you come home, it's going to kick on, cool it back down.
Right.
But you're wasting so much money
By just letting it sit there and run all day.
by letting it run during the day while you're not there.
Right.
In the wintertime, again, you're going to not be heating it as much while you're gone.
Same thing.
You get that argument all the time. People saying, but it's going to cost you more when it has to kick back on to get it cooled down to the temperature you want.
It's going to be per house, really.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
And I think I think a lot of that would have to do on the drasticness of your...
I was going to say, if you go from 60 to 80, you got big work.
Right, you got a lot of work to do before
but
you get caught up.
again, 68 to 72,
right,
ain't going to have to work half as hard.
No.
I wouldn't think so.
Right.
And, we're seeing more and more as we show homes, as we list homes, as we sell homes. This is like probably one of, if not the biggest, what I would say, I'm not going to call it a fad because I think it's here to stay.
Oh, yeah.
But this is probably one of the biggest improvements that we are seeing take in the housing industry is go to this smart stuff.
technology.
And they're just calling it literally smart homes.
Right, yes.
Smart homes where you have like what you have. You have an Alexa.
Right.
And Alexa's
I didn't realize
there
how deep
and
it
you do
is.
that. Yeah,
it's
big.
deep.
Oh, yeah.
It does everything. Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying the whole, when you get the whole kit caboodle.
You link it all together.
When you're linking it all together, buddy, you are just like your house is like a robot.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You can you could tell it to do anything.
Right.
Like,
and we're seeing that happen.
Yes.
More and more and more people are upgrading.
Well, we even said, I think just a while back, I think we did, but that's one way you can add value to your house.
Big time, man.
Is becoming a smart house.
Big time.
That's value.
People are looking for that.
Especially to a lot of the younger generation that are buying these houses.
Yes.
That is very appealing to them.
Anything in the technology realm, it's a good thing most of the time for your house. Now, again, as anything we say here, don't go crazy, right?
Right, yeah.
But again, when we come back to what we're talking about here today, let's just go back to your temperature, your electrical savings on that.
Right, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So it says, on average, by having one of those thermostats that you can customize, it'll save you 10% on your bill. So if you've got an average of a $250 electric bill,
right, we'll save you $25 a month.
It's going to save you 10%, which would be $300 a year.
Pretty good. $300, $300, right?
Pretty good, yes.
$300 is $300. Right. Now, again,
I'll take my $300.
You're going to pay more for that thermostat.
You are.
We understand that. Right. We understand all this.
And it might not even wash out the first year.
But we're looking over time here, right? We're looking over time on these things. Upgrade to that. Take a look. If you've never looked at the smart home technology, really take a look at it. It's really interesting.
Side note here, but I didn't know, now Amazon will set packages inside your door if you've got an Amazon... It's called a home key or something like that.
Yeah.
But basically, you It's got a camera and all that stuff. You unlock your door and they set your packages inside the door.
Kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy what all they can do.
It's kind of crazy. So that's 4. We're talking about the 5 most expensive mistakes that people are making on their home. We went through the first 4. Here's number 5, all right? Number 5 is, and we've talked about this before, so we won't spend a lot of time on it, but leaky or not sealed properly.
Right.
Windows and doors. Now, leaky can be water or air, right? Either one of those. But it can get in and it can get out, okay? Right. Again, we've had these 90-degree days right here. If you don't have your windows and doors sealed properly, you are losing a lot of energy out that door, or allowing a lot of energy to go in, whatever you want to pick, whichever way you want to talk about it.
It's in or out.
That's what's happening, right? Let's go to the cost factor just to get you through this, because you know how to take care of that. Seal around the windows and doors, right?
This is where I always give my Greg Maynard plug here. Yeah. 84 Lumber, he'll hook you up.
Yeah, make sure that you got that stuff done. Here's the reason to do that, okay? Now, again, unlike putting in a new heat system, spending big money on, whatever, this is a cheap fix.
Oh, yeah.
All right, a little bit of caulk, some seal. You can go to your local hardware store, get those things. But on average, the electricity companies, the power companies tell us people lose on average, or spend more on average, of 25% more per month because of this problem.
Wow, 25%.
Now again, go with that same electric bill that you just had. Let's play,
$250.
$250 average power bill. That's a $750 per year that you're probably paying more than you should be paying,
because you're trying to heat or cool the outside.
Yeah, you're trying to do that outside. $750, all right? That's a lot of money.
Yes.
That's a lot of money that you can do a whole lot with over the year's time.
And
you can go on vacation with that.
Caulk don't cost no $750. I'll tell you that.
It's not even close. If you add up all of these, take the heat pump, the central heating and air, and throw it out.
Because that's the biggie.
That's the big one. So we're going to kick that out of this number. But again, you on average, by doing these things, changing your light bulbs, using the right size air filter, getting the customizable temperature control, the leaky windows and doors, on average of what we talked about today, you can save $462 a month.
A month. Hush your mouth.
That's a house payment.
A month. $462 a month.
That's a house payment. That's
Who's
a lot of good stuff.
going to a hardware store today?
And
Show
again,
hands.
those are some simple fixes, right?
Dakota said, I'm going to the beach with all that savings.
Yeah. So she's taking me to Home Depot or wherever here in just a few minutes, right, to go get this stuff.
That's what's for lunch.
That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, $460 a month.
That is why we want to bring you the information right here on the show. We want you to know that, right? We want you to know that. Be aware of those things. Be aware of those fixes that can help you, because I'm telling you, right now, energy and most of that, all we talked about, has to do with energy, with the temperatures the way they are, with the times of year. It costs. It costs to maintain that house.
It does.
And again, little simple fixes, little steps here and there, big impacts down the road. $460 a month, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will
absolutely
take it.
We thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.